For my next trick, I need you to pick any card you wish. Let's say you picked the Six of Hearts. Once you have memorized the card, we're going to take it and place it right underneath the card case so no one can touch the card. For this trick, we need a second card. Let's use the top one, the Nine of Hearts. Watch the Nine of Hearts. If you take Nine of Hearts and give it a little spin, it turns to the Six of Hearts, which was underneath the card case a second ago. And if the Six of Hearts is here, then right here we should have, yes, you guessed it right, the Nine of Hearts. So here's the explanation for this great effect. Now this effect is basically a combination of two switches, which I hopefully came up with myself. One of them is something I like to call the box switch, and the other one the overhand switch. And before I show you how to do the trick, which is the main focus of this video, I'm going to show you the switches first, so you know how to do them right away. Now the box switch looks something like this. You have a card, turn it back around, place it underneath the card case, and you already switched it for a different card. To make this happen, you have a card underneath the card case since the beginning of the trick. After you have a card selected, you turn it back around, and as you're seeing that you're going to place it underneath the card case, you're going to lift up the card case along with the different card here, with the random card. An important tip, you need a card mat, because otherwise it is going to be very hard for you to lift up the card case along with the card. So you're here, you say we are going to place it underneath the card case, lift up the box with the cards, then you're going to pretend to place this card selection underneath the card case. So you push it off, and then what you're doing is this. You pull it back on top of the pack flush, and to cover this move, you drop the card underneath the card case on the table. This is the perfect, and once you have the perfect timing, you will have a great illusion. It will look like you really dropped the selection underneath the card case. So you're here, have a selection, we're going to place it underneath the card case, lift up the box with the card, pretend to place the card underneath the card case, and as you drop this card, you're going to pull the real selection flush on top of the pack. And with the perfect timing, it's going to look something like this. Okay? And that's the box switch. One more time. You're here, we're going to place it underneath the card case, lift up like so, don't flash the card, don't flash the card. Pretend to place it, pull it back as you drop the card on top of the mat. Then you're going to replace the box on top of the card, and that's the first switch, the box switch. So once you can do that, let's learn the second one. The second one is a little easier because in my opinion there is no timing issue. What's going to happen is this. You have a card in your hand and you want to switch this card for the Nine of Hearts in this case. What you're doing is this. You catch a break underneath the top card here. You lift up the card you want to switch, place it flush on top of the deck, so if you would turn it around, you would have a double lift. And as you're talking, you say, if the Six of Hearts is here, then here we should have the Nine of Hearts. And as you can see, I just switched it for the Ten of Diamonds. To make this happen from the exposed view, what happens is this. You basically pull the second card and turn it around. To cover the move, you basically turn your wrist. Okay, so you're here, and as you turn your wrist from the exposed view again, you're gonna pull the second card from the top and reveal it to the spectator. From this view, this is really invisible. So a little detailed how you do that. First of all, you have to have the break underneath the two cards, and your thumb is gonna apply a little bit of pressure on this corner. So when you pull the second card, the first card doesn't slide along with it. Okay, so it stays in position. To pull off the second card, what you're doing is this. You come with this card, okay, and with these two fingers, ring finger and middle finger, you place them right underneath these two cards, okay? So you're in this position. Now, as you talk to the spectator, you say, okay, then we should have here, as you're saying this, you turn around your wrist towards the spectator, okay, so they see the back of your palm. And as you're doing this, you strip off with these two fingers here the card you want to switch, okay? In this case, it is the 9 of hearts. You pull it and you're done. One little tip, don't do this, okay, because that's going to make a sound. You want to strip it sideways, okay, so when you pull it, there is no sound. So in full speed it will look something like this, okay, and right here we should have, yes, you guessed it, the 9 of hearts, and I switched it, the 10 of diamonds. Okay, one more time very quick. Your thumb is on here, applying a little bit of pressure on the corner. You come with your ring finger and middle finger underneath the break, underneath these two cards. As you turn around, you basically pull this hand sideways, which is going to cause the second card to strip along, and you reveal the 9 of hearts. And that leaves the card you wanted to switch on top of the pack. Okay? And this way you don't use any duplicates for this effect. And that's basically the overhand switch. Now, since you can now perform both of the switches, I can show you how to do the trick. So the trick starts this way. You have a random card underneath the card case, which is in the middle of the card mat, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect in the middle, just somewhere in the middle. To start, you need a card selected, the 10 of hearts, show it to the spectator, and since the 10 of hearts is their own selection, they won't forget that card. You turn it back around and say that you're going to place it underneath the card case, okay, and you do the box switch. After that, you're going to say that you will need a second card, and you perform a double lift, and you pretend that you show them the top card. However, it is the second card from the top. And now, since the 6 of hearts is kind of your selection, because you said that you want to use the top card, you have to repeat the name of the card a few times during the trick so they do not forget the 6 of hearts. Okay? So what I say is, okay, you pick the 6 of hearts, I turn back, I turn it around, the double lift, and I say, okay, I take the 6 of hearts, notice I repeat the name, and then I say, now if I just take the 6 of hearts, which is actually the 10 of hearts, and spin it on top of the card case, and notice again, I repeated it the third time, I spin it and then reveal that it changed to the 10 of hearts, which should have been underneath the card case. At this point, as I turn it around, I catch a break underneath the 6 of hearts on top of the pack. From here, I move the box away. As I'm talking, I say the 10 of hearts should have been underneath the card case a second ago. And notice what I do is this. I lift it up, place it flush on top of my break. That's a perfect position now for me to do the overhand switch. And I say, if the 10 of hearts is here, then underneath the card case we should have had, and do the overhand switch, yes, you guessed it, the 6 of hearts. And I end up clean, can show the deck. And one thing I love about this trick is that it doesn't use any duplicates, so you might even fool magicians with it. After you spread the pack after the trick, the first thing they are gonna look is gonna be the first card, because most of the magicians will assume that you use duplicate cards. However, it's a combination of 2 switches. And that's been said, I think I covered all of the things you have to know for this effect. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on this video and comment in the comment section below. That's it. Today I sound a little strange because I'm ill. However, I hope it was not a big problem for you. That's it. I see you next time.